What's going on, everyone? What's going on? This is Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Welcome. How's everyone doing on this fabulous Sunday night? I'm doing well. I could be doing a lot better had the Rams pulled out a victory today. They needed this victory so bad because look, they lost three in a row, and now they're looking like a team that's not ready to compete for the playoffs. They're looking like a team that's very vulnerable, that is not built to reach the Super Bowl. With all the talent and the players that they have, you would think that they are well equipped to play in the Super Bowl or at least make some noise in the playoffs. But I mean, it's just not looking so good for the Rams. And you know, I don't know if they missed the brilliant mind of Brandon Staley, because I mean this was a defensive minded coach, and you lose him, you know, to the Chargers. He was hired as the head coach. He's the team's former defensive coordinator. You know, this is not the same defense from a year ago. This defense has some deficiencies. It's quite obvious that they can't make the stops necessary. You know, are they have trouble getting off the field? You know, this Rams defense gave up 36 points today to Aaron Rodgers and company. And this wasn't a healthy Packers team. I mean, this was a banged up Packers team. And they were missing three offensive linemen and had a limited Aaron Jones, who wasn't nearly as effective running the football. So, I mean, the Rams have had some problems, okay? The Rams, you know, look good on paper, but in reality, we're not seeing the team that we thought we would see. And, you know, I know a lot of Rams fans are freaking out. And you know, that's going to happen, you know, because turnovers continue to doom this team. I mean, turnovers have been, you know, piling up for the Rams. I mean, you know, they can't take care of the football. And that's what we're seeing. And it's getting frustrating to see. I mean, it's hard to watch it. You know, the Rams turned the ball over 3 times. You know, one was a lost fumble by Matthew Stafford, who has been struggling. Then another turnover was a pick six, you know, from Matthew Stafford. And then the third was a fumble punt. I mean, it was just an awful day. The defense allowed a touchdown after Stafford's fumble, and held the Packers to a field goal after the mistake that came on the punt. But this defensive unit has shown that it can't stonewall opposing offenses. That is vulnerable. That if you don't throw in Jalen Ramsey's direction, you have a great chance to win. And I think quarterbacks and offenses realize that they could take advantage of that if they don't throw in Jalen Ramsey's direction. It's not really an issue. You know, this defense has seen some regression, yes, after losing Troy Hill, John Johnson, Morgan Fox. I mean, the list goes on. You lost some important pieces to your defense in free agency. So you should have expected that the defense wasn't going to be the same. But the offense was supposed to carry the load because the Rams have a star-studded offense. You know, made up of Matthew Stafford. You bought in Odell Beckham Jr. You have Tyler Higbee. You have Darrell Henderson Jr. And of course, you have Cooper Kupp, who's having a record-setting year. And then, of course, unfortunately, you lost Robert Wood. who went down with that season-ending injury. I mean, that's been a huge blow to the team, and you can see it that they miss him solely. He was a big part of that offense. So I mean, that's a tough adjustment for the Rams. But Sean McVay did talk about that this team had to fix some of their offensive woes, that they had to, make some adjustments coming into this week after they had a bye week. That bye week didn't help much because the Rams ended up losing their third straight game. The Rams, they gained 353 yards as a team, but a lot of that was late, and a good chunk was on two plays. There was a 79-yard touchdown to Van Jefferson, who has emerged into a very explosive wide receiver. In that great receiving core that the Rams have put together. And then it was a 54-yarder to Beckham, But Beckham looks a little banged up himself. He doesn't look totally healthy as well. They didn't have a single drive. And believe it or not, it's crazy. It's hard to fathom this because this is an offense that is star driven and is star heavy, and they didn't have a single drive that lasted longer than 3 minutes. So what that did, that forced the defense to go back on the field much too quickly, and I think the defense was a little tired, was a little exhausted. And the defense has its stars as well. You have Aaron Donald, you have Jalen Ramsey, you have Von Miller. But this isn't the defense you want out there for nearly 40 minutes, especially against a team like the Packers that have Aaron freaking Rodgers. I mean, you just don't want that to happen. But the Rams are not Super Bowl ready. They're a one-dimensional team. I wanted to talk a little bit about that too. They don't really establish the running game. And this is a team that has relied heavily on the running game. That has, this offense used to be predicated on the run game. Not so much anymore. I think that's something that they abandoned is the running game. I think Sean McVay should dial up some more running plays. I know it's kind of hard to do. You don't have Cam Akers. You don't have Todd Gurley, who was explosive before his knee injury back in the day. So you don't have the same running game that you once had. I know you have Darrell Henderson, but you still don't have the same running game that you had in the past. But the Rams used to, dial up a lot of plays on the ground. And this offense was built to run the football. And Sean McVay used to trust in his running game more than his passing game. That would also, open up things offensively for the Rams. Like the Rams used to execute the play action consistently. Not so much anymore. It's a one-dimensional team. There's a lot of things that has to change if the Rams want to contend for a Super Bowl. Right about now, I have my concerns about this team. I mean, there's a lot of flaws. There's a lot of things that they have to correct going into next week. Maybe they'll have a bounce-back victory. Maybe they'll get right next week when they play a lowly Jacksonville team. Maybe they'll, find themselves again and come away with a much-needed victory, because now is the time of desperation, and now is the time that you really need a victory. I mean a big victory. Give this video a thumbs up, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please like my page. Also, check us out at the ASAP Network. The ASAP Network is on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on just about any social media platform. Please give us a thumbs up there as well. I am your co-host for Just Say the Truth every Wednesday and Friday, powered by the ASAP Network. I'll see you guys next time. You guys take care of yourselves. You guys have a wonderful night.